Hey everybody, welcome back to your yoga practice. My name is Joe. Today's class is going to open up your spine and your back. And that's really all we're going to focus on today. It's a really short package, so we're not going to get too much into the legs. We're not going to get too much into the arms. We're going to build some heat throughout our core, our spine, our back, upper back, so that we can sort of wring ourselves out, wring out our spine, get into some deeper twists. And also really explore all 6 directions that the spine moves in. So to start this practice, we're going to start in child's pose. All right, so we'll stay pretty low to the mat today, no standing at all. And this will really kick it off here just in a nice calm way. And as I mentioned, we will be building some heat, nothing crazy, but just enough to feel like we're not going to go too deep into any twist and build some mobility before, basically just warm up, think of it that way. So drawing deep breath through your nose, start to bring a sense of calm to your practice. Fill your lungs completely. And exhale, let it go completely. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Dropping into your breath. Please shift your weight forward onto your hands and knees. And we'll take a few cat-cow movements. So those 6 directions that I was talking about before, they are a back bend, a forward bend, a side bend on either side, and then twisting to either side. So we'll explore all of those ranges. To start, we'll keep our hands underneath our shoulders, knees right underneath our hips. Our spine is in a neutral state, so neither bent backwards or forwards. All right, but we'll start actually doing that bending. So on an inhale, we'll lift our chest, lift our hips for cow pose. And then exhale slowly and completely. Press the mat away. Slowly spread your shoulder blades apart. Tuck your tailbone down. Keep your shoulders right over your wrists. Inhale, calming up. Full inhale, lift your chest, lift your hips. Exhale, press it away, keeping your shoulders right over your wrists. Spin your biceps forward. Spread your shoulder blades apart. Dip your tailbone. Inhale up, nice and slow. Exhale, press the mat away, slowly warming up the spine. Inhale up, your breath is just this slow. At the top of the inhale, you've reached your fullest back bend. And then exhale, starting to land your breath at its full exhale at the top of this pose. Couple more like this. Inhale, chest lifts, tailbone lifts. Please take your time. Exhale, press the mat away. Pressing and reaching through your arms, your shoulder blades spread, your tailbone tucks. Inhale up for the last time. Chest lifts, tailbone lifts, slowly warming up. Exhale, press the mat away. Inhale back to a neutral spine. This time we'll take some side bends, same exact pace. So we're gonna, on an exhale, bring the right shoulder to the right hip. So, and then inhale back to center. So starting in center, please inhale. Exhale, right shoulder towards right hip. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side, left shoulder, left hip. Inhale back through center another time, over to the right. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, over to the left. Back to center, inhale. Last time, over to the right, exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Let's take some twists on an inhale. The right arm extends overhead, pressing firmly into your left hand. Don't sink into your left shoulder. Press it away. Exhale, right arm thread the needle underneath your left hand. Bring your right shoulder to the mat if that feels comfortable. Right ear can come to the mat. Draw your hips back to the right. Bring the twist into your mid-back. Inhale gently back through center. Arm rises overhead. Let's take a few more of these. Inhale fully. Breathe into your right rib cage. Exhale over to the left. Thread it through. Inhale slowly and smoothly. Come back up. Exhale, twist it under. Last two. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Arm rises overhead. Press into your left shoulder. Exhale, right arm underneath left arm. Inhale, bring the right hand back underneath your right shoulder. We'll take the other side. Please stay focused here. You can also let my voice and my cadence start to fall into the background as you just flow through these breaths. Just let me cue you and take the pace that we're taking. On an inhale, the left arm comes high. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right, bend the right elbow. Inhale back up through center. Left arm up. Exhale, left hand underneath the right arm. Take your time. Inhale back up through center. Left arm up. Exhale, twist it underneath. We're taking our time, slowly feeling our back and spine warming up. Bring your hips back to the left once you're down. Inhale back through center. And up. Inhale. Exhale, left arm under. Inhale, last time. Exhale, twist. Inhale, bring the left hand underneath your left shoulder. We're back into our tabletop position. Take a few more cat-cows, this time a little bit quicker. Okay, so quicker inhales, but not quick inhales. All right. Inhale up. Exhale, press the mat away. Inhale up. Exhale, press the mat away. Inhale up, chest lifting, tailbone lifting, press the mat. Exhale, press it away, shoulder blades spread apart, tailbone tucks. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Coming back to neutral. This time we'll take our right shoulder to our right hip. On an exhale, bring it over. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Last time. Right. Back. Left. Back. From here, left hand plants firmly underneath the left shoulder. Shoulder is strong. Right hand up. Inhale. Exhale, twist it under. Inhale up. Exhale, twist it under. Slow and smooth, but still steady. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Right hand down. Other side. Inhale, left hand high. Exhale, left hand under. Inhale up. Exhale under. Inhale up. Exhale under. Inhale up. Exhale under. Last time here. Inhale up. Exhale under. Inhale back up. Exhale, left hand plants down. This time we'll walk our knees back, okay? And then shoulders draw forward. If you'd like to stay on the knees, that's all good. We're spinning our biceps forward. If you'd like to take the knees off the mat, you absolutely can. A few transitions we're gonna make here. So the knees will come to the ground if they left it. Then we come to the thighs. Then we come to the hips, lowering down to the mat. Inhale for Cobra. So the feet can come off the mat. The hands are lightly pressing against the mat. Maybe they come off the mat. Hands underneath elbows. Back of your neck is long. Exhale, lower. Whether your feet lift or not, the chest is lifting on an inhale. Maybe the feet lift with it. Exhale, lower. Keep the feet glued together. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up, lifting forward with the chest and then up. Away with the feet and then up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Engage your quads. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. For the last time here, hold. Hands can hover off the mat. Maybe they come by your sides. For full locust pose. Hands come underneath elbows, lower down. This time we're going to press it back up through plank. And then from here, we're just going to come to the tops of our feet and drop our hips towards the mat for upward facing dog. We're going to hold this pose for a good 5 breaths. So engage your quads, press through the tops of your feet, lift your chest through your arms. Just breathing deep into your belly. All right. From here, tuck your toes, press it back to downward facing dog. Keep the knees really bent here. We're not worried too much about lengthening the hamstrings for this class. We can come onto our forearms. You can also stay in down dog this whole time. I recommend forearms. You can take this pose at the knees. Your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Your hands are about shoulders width. So you're creating a box. And the corners of that box are the center of your palms and the center of your elbows. From here, we drop to our knees. We drop to our thighs and our hips. Inhale up, chest lifts through the arms for Sphinx pose. Breathe here. Engage your quads, press the tops of the feet into the mat. You're lifting your chest through your arms. Draw your elbows back towards you. So you're pulling your chest forward through your arms, your upper arm bones, as you draw your elbows back to emphasize that movement. Breathe into your upper back. Spread your shoulder blades wide. From here, tuck the toes, lift the hips, lift the thighs, lift the knees. We're back in forearm plank. We're not here for long. Knees, thighs, hips. Inhale up. Exhale back, tuck the toes, hips, thighs, then knees. Lower down, knees, thighs, hips. Inhale, chest thrust through the arms. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips, thighs, knees. Lower, knees, thighs, hips, elbows back, chest through the arms. If you feel comfortable here, bring your eyes to a close. Just feel the movement. Inhale up. Exhale, knees, thighs, hips. Lift the chest through the arms, draw the elbows back. Alrighty, from here, chest comes down towards the mat, hands come back underneath elbows, and we're just gently lifting the chest, minimal weight in the hands, lift the feet, shoulders draw down and away from each other. Neck is long, you can be looking towards the mat, you don't have to be looking up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Last time here, inhale up. Maybe the arms come by your sides. Maybe they come overhead if you feel very comfortable here. Reach the arms overhead, draw back through the feet, lift everything an inch. Exhale, lower. Hands come underneath elbows. Press it back to tabletop. Let's continue to move. From here, on an inhale, the left leg draws back. Left hip square towards the mat. Make sure your right knee's under your right hip. Just feel this right here. Taking your time, spin your biceps forward, feeling the heat building from your core outwards. If you feel comfortable here, you can draw your right hand out overhead, draw your pinky in towards your midline, so it's an external rotation of the arm and the shoulder. Breathe here. If you feel comfortable here, bend your left knee, reach back with your right hand. Don't grab your foot. Just reach back towards it, press into your left hand. Lift your left heel towards the ceiling. Now grab the foot if you can. Press the foot away, lift through the chest, open through the chest. Gentle back bend, gentle twist. Engage your left quad. Allow your left foot to pull your right hand open, opening your chest, your right bicep. From here, without slingshotting, release. Come back where you came from. Exhale, lower everything down. On inhale, we'll take the other side. Right leg lifts. Nice and smooth, deep breath. Just warming of the core, warming of the back. From here, internally rotate your right leg. So now our right hip is squared towards the mat. If you'd like, left hand can come overhead, reaching forward, spinning the pinky inwards, meaning the pinky comes in towards the midline, then reach that pinky away from you. Press through the right shoulder so you're not sinking into the shoulder. Breathe here. From here, bend the right knee, reach back towards that right foot with your left hand, press with your right hand, not grabbing quite yet. Breathe. All right, from here, grab the top of your left foot or your right foot with your left hand, and then press the foot away from you, opening the left side of your chest, your left bicep, not forgetting about your right shoulder, pressing through it, don't sink into it. Press the top of the foot away. Without slingshotting, release, come back where you came from. Inhale, everything lifts. Exhale, set everything down. All right, from here, I'll face you. All right, we got a little bit of gate pose, some side bending. So we're feeling, hopefully, decently warm in the core, in the spine, if I'm doing my job. Hopefully, that's the case. So gate pose is actually a pretty deep hip opening pose. So we'll take a variation of it, as opposed to taking the kneeling variation where we're sitting straight up. We'll just take a side bending variation. Okay, if you have a block, it might be a good idea to put a block right here or something that elevates the floor. So you place the block here, put your hand right on top of it. I'm gonna put my hand on the floor and we'll root our left hip. I'm sitting on my shins. If that doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can actually come to a cross-legged seat, a comfortable seat like this. There's really no right way to do this. I'm gonna sit on my shins. That feels comfortable for me. All right, what you wanna make sure that happens is when we go to the right, your left hip doesn't come with it. Keep your left hip planted, press your hand into the block or the floor, lift the left hand overhead, and then a side bend. You can bend into the right elbow. Just make sure your hips are rooted down on the left side. Don't sink into the shoulder. Breathe into your left rib cage. By planting the left hips down and keeping them in line with each other, we make this more of a side bend as opposed to a side stretch. So we have this side stretch in our obliques, right underneath our armpit as well. But we also have the side bend of the spine by drawing our left hips down. Reach back up with the left hand. We'll take the other side. Left hand plants on the mat. Right hand comes overhead. And we shift it over. Spinning the left side of the torso up towards the ceiling. Plant your right hip down. Your right sit bone down. Reach through your right pinky out to your left. Breathe into your right rib cage. Let this be a side stretch as well as a side bend. reach back up with your right hand. We'll take a twist here. So we'll take a deeper twist later. But for now, in whatever comfortable seat you have, you can take your chest tall, sit your hips down, don't let them pop up from wherever you're sitting. And then from here, we'll take our right hand to the floor or mat behind you, lift through your chest, and just a gentle, easy twist over to the right. Placing your left hand on one of your legs or knees to just give you a little bit of tension, a little bit of torque to the right side. If you have a block, it's a good idea to put the block behind you. Press down into it with your right hand. Take the other side, back through center. Right hand outside left leg, lift through your chest, create a tall spine as you twist over to the left. Just a really gentle, moderate twist. Nice. Back through center. We'll come onto our backs. All right. So from here, using the warmth that we created before, we're going to get decently deep into our backs here using bridge pose. All right, so the heels draw towards your butt. Knees are right over your ankles, and they don't stray from that position. You don't want them to bow out, and you don't want them to pull in towards each other. There's a happy medium where your feet are hips width, and so are your knees. Your arms are at your sides like L's. You lift through your hips, and you press into your elbows. There's minimal weight, or there's no weight in your neck. The only things touching the mat are your arms, your upper back, the back of your head, and your heels. A little bit of engagement in the butt is okay. You just don't want too much, because that puts a little bit of pressure on the sacroiliac joint, the base of your spine, where your spine meets your hips and your pelvis. So lift through your hips. You can draw your shoulders and wiggle them towards your heels a little bit. And we're actually going to be here for 10 breaths. So lift through your hips. You can come down at any point. Just make sure this feels productive for you. We want to create strength in the back, as well as just feeling a back bend in the mid-back. So it's a bend as well as a strengthening pose. Breathe into your belly, let your abdomen rise and sink. Again, taking breaks as you need. You can meet us back in this bridge pose. It is a lot to hold this pose for 10 breaths, which is why we're doing it. Not making it super intense, but just feeling the strength building in your spine, all around your back. Slowly lowering from your uppermost vertebrae to your lowest. Take your knees in towards your chest. Hug them in. From here, you can rock forward and back, super gentle. We're not rocking forward too far. We're just using this to open up the back. So feeling like you're on one of those rocking horses from like the way back, I don't know, 70s, something like that. That was like the cool toy. So just like your back is the bottom of one of those rocking horses. Even better image is probably a rocking chair. Just roll along your back, maybe slow it down. Feel each of the vertebrae hitting the mat and rolling to the next. All right. From here, continuing to rock, you can actually, if you haven't done ear pressure pose before, please watch what I'm about to do before jumping into it. Wow. I closed my eyes and completely rocked over to the side of the mat. All right. I like taking my eyes closed in that pose or in that movement. So from here, if you haven't taken ear pressure pose, watch me. what we're going to do is rock onto our shoulders, hands come to our low back, and then feet come out overhead. If you feel comfortable, the feet can come all the way to the floor. Okay, and you're lifting your hips, shoulders against the mat. You can also have your knees bent here and just feel a place where there's no pressure in your neck, all of the weight's in your shoulders, and you just feel a place where you have a nice forward flexion of the spine. Again, all the way towards feet on the floor. Plow pose. Ear pressure pose would be knees outside of your ears. Bent knees. We're not going that far today, actually. Wherever you are, bring your heels over your butt. Slowly allow yourself to roll down by pressing your elbows into the mat. Squeeze your right knee in towards your chest. Left leg extends. We'll bring the right leg across, keeping the right shoulder planted into the ground. Breathe into your spine. Never letting the right shoulder leave the mat. Slow down your breath. Bring the right knee back in towards center. Take the other side. Right leg extends, left knee in towards your chest. Bring the left knee across the body. Scoot your right hip underneath if that feels good for you. Left shoulder planted into the mat. Doesn't matter if your left knee touches the ground or not. Just create a long spine, extending out directly away from your body with your right leg. And then vertically with your head out towards your left with your left hand. And then drawing up and to the right with your left knee. Bring the knee back in towards center. We'll give ourselves one last hug of the knees in towards the chest. And then let everything go. Release your legs down. Let your feet flop out away from each other. Hands comfortably at your sides at roughly a 45-degree angle. In a lot of teachings of yoga, especially physical yoga, the practice is intended to move from the spine outward, and the focus is the spine. For the majority of the practice, we do a lot of stuff with our bodies, and pretty much everything we do involves our back and spine in some way. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit lighter in your spine, a little bit more mobile, maybe a little bit more awake and aware. Okay. Please stay in this resting position for as long as you'd like, however long you have, 5 minutes at least recommended. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I appreciate your time and your energy, and I look forward to working with you next time.